Hi everyone, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet. Today we are learning how to do this peppermint granny square. I plan on using this to show you how to make a stocking either tomorrow or the next day. But yes, we're continuing on with our Christmas theme. We're going to be doing that all this month and next month. And I created this pattern, and actually I was doing a peppermint afghan and thought, oh wow, I bet I could make a granny square out of this, and so I did. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And my other video messed up, so if you were on before and you see me on again, that's what's going on here. It totally went away on me. So what we're going to be using is soft white and red heart. And then we're going to be using cherry red and red heart. And then we're going to need a 4.25 crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a darning needle. You can use any size hook or any kind of yarn that you want for this. Remember, these are just suggestions for the pattern that I've made. Remember that if you use a bigger hook or a smaller hook, it's going to make it either bigger or smaller, and the same with the size of yarn that you use. Please like, share, and subscribe to be entered in the giveaways. I'm trying to remember everything to say here. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So what you're going to need to do is make a slip knot. Oh, and if you don't know, the basic stitches that we're using for this, or you want to learn how to crochet and don't know how yet, I've got a beginner crochet video on YouTube. So we've made our slip knot, and now we're going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to slip stitch into the first chain from the hook. Then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That counts as our first double crochet and chain 1. So then we're going to go right back into our ring, and we're going to do a double crochet and a chain 1. So now we have 2, and we need a total of 8. Okay, so let's work those 8 in here. Double crochet, chain 1, that's 3, and 4, and 5. Don't forget to chain 1 in between of these and work in your little straggler as you go. So we need 8, so we need 2 more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we want to slip stitch in the top of our first double crochet, not into the chain 1, but into the top of the double crochet. Okay, and that's what it looks like. It's going to curl a little bit. That's normal. You want to leave this on even though you worked it in, because we're going to need it in a little bit. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pull this loop up as far as you can, just like that, and I'll explain why in a little bit. And then just leave it there, okay? We're going to work in our other color now, okay? And we're going to start off with a slip knot to work in our color. And the way we're going to work in this color is we're going to go right in the middle of our ring and right through these first 2 that are right next to our loop. Right next to our loop, we've got these 2 double crochets. We're going to work right in between them. So we're going to bring in our yarn, our new color. We're going to tighten it up. And then we're going to pull this little straggler here back to the back. Just like that, so it doesn't get in our way. Okay? Now remember, we've got our other yarn sitting here. It's still attached. We have not taken that off. Okay? So now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, then we're going to double crochet right in that ring and in between the next 2, just like this, and the chain 1. So we did chain 4, and then into the next space double crochet and chain 1. And then again, we're going to be working in between the next two right here. So we're going to work right into there, do another double crochet and a chain one. And then again into the next space, double crochet and chain one. And again into this next space, double crochet and chain one. We're going to keep doing that all the way around until we have a total of 8. And again, let me just try to go a little bit slower so I can show you what I'm doing here. I'm going right in the middle of the ring and through these 2 previous double crochets for a double crochet and a chain one. Okay. So right now we've got, including our chain 4, we're including that in our 8. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need one more, and this is going to be our last one. So you're going to double crochet and then chain one. Okay, now this is the important part, and you really need to do it the way that I'm showing you to do it. Don't try to work through the back or do something weird. Just do it exactly how I show you so that it'll work out right. Okay, so now you've got this big loop that I told you to pull up with your white, and it's still attached. So you're going to bring both of these forward. The working yarn and the loop, you're going to pull forward. Okay, and you've chained one after your double crochet, so you're going to slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet in our red color right there. Okay, and this is what it looks like. We've got this yarn still up at the front, and then we've got our red in the back. Okay, so we're going to pull this just like we did the other one, and we're going to let it hang, okay, for right now. Now we're going to start our next round. Okay, and to do that, you've already brought up your yarn. So now you've got to bring it back down, so you just pull it back down. And now you're going to be working in the chain space from before. And you've really just got to move the stuff out of your way and get to where you need to go. But you're going to slip stitch into the chain space from before on the white color. Okay? Right there. Then I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then in that same space, I'm going to do another double crochet. And because I did 2, I'm going to chain 2. 1 and 2. Okay? But now we're back here again. Right where I left this is where I need to bring it forward. So I need to bring these colors back for the red back again. I need to bring back the loop and the working yarn forward. Okay? So now I'm going to be working into this next space. Remember, I chained 2, so now I'm going to double crochet again on to that chain space right under it. So again, a double crochet and another double crochet, and then chain 2, 1 and 2. And again, into this next space, we're going to bring this white forward. We're working right behind it. We're going to do another double crochet and again another double crochet and chain 2. And finding again, working right behind. So we're going right behind this. And sometimes it is hard to get. But you're going right into that space. Do another 2 double crochets. Okay, and that's what it looks like so far. And then again, chain 2, 1 and 2. And chain 2, and you're going to do this all the way around again until you have 8. 1, 2 double crochets, chain 2. You're working in between on the chain space from before. making sure to bring that white forward and letting the red fall back. Okay, again, chain 2, working underneath here. Double crochet 2 and chain 2. And now we have our 8. And so now we're going to slip stitch into the top of our first double crochet. Just like that. And that's what it looks like so far. And again, you're going to do the same thing you did before. You're going to pull your yarn up and let it hang. And I've this positioned exactly where we need it to be. So we just pull this back up. Just like that. And now we're going to work again. Okay, and now what you're going to do is you're going to work right beside the red double crochets in this chain space from before. Okay, right beside it. You're going to do a slip stitch. You're going to chain up 3. And you're going to work another double crochet for 2. Okay, whatever we did with the color before, we are now going to do with the red. So we did 2 with the white, and now we're going to do 2 with the red. So we're going to chain 2 again. We're going to go to the next space, and right beside that double crochet, we're going to work 2 more double crochets. So 2 more double crochets and chain 2. And then in the next one, right beside that double crochet twice and chain 2. And again, you're going to keep working around until you get your 8. So we're going to go right into the next one. Double crochet twice, then chain 2, right into our next one. Double crochet twice, chain 2, and it's almost like you're making a wheel. So again, you're going to go into this next space right beside this double crochet, bring that forward, do another crochet, 2 double crochets, just like that. And you see how they're sitting right beside this double crochet from before. Okay, so chain 2, 1 and 2, and then again right beside that double crochet we work 2 more double crochets and chain 2. And now we're on our last one. 1 and 2 and chain 2. And now we're back where our white is. Okay, so now we've got to do just like I told you before. You've got to pull the working yarn and the loop forward just like this, and then you're going to crochet over it. If at any point you find that you've crocheted over and you've left this behind, then you need to go back and bring it forward again. And you need to bring it forward right where you left it. You can't bring it forward over here or over here. It has to be where it was left. So now we're going to slip stitch into that first double crochet. And then we're going to keep going. Okay, so again, we're going to raise up our red loop. And we're going to go back to our white. And now what we're going to be doing is doing 3. Before we did 2, and now we're going to be doing 3. So to do that, we need to go into the second double crochet here, not into the first. You're going to slip stitch right into this next one. Okay, so we slip stitched over to it, and now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And right beside it, right in the space right beside, we're going to work 2 more double crochets. Because we got 3, 1, 2, 3, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then we've got this red that we had, and we're right back at its space now, so we need to bring it forward. Okay, so we've brought that forward and we've chained 3, and so now we're going to go to the next one, and we're going to double crochet into the second double crochet from the round before. And then right beside it, we're going to work 2 more for a total of 3 double crochets. And chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And into the next one, we're going into the second double crochet, doing another double crochet, and then working 2 beside it into that space. 2 beside that in the chain space. So now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And again, we're going to go right into the second double crochet, never the first. Work 1 double crochet, and then right beside it in that space, we're going to work 2 more double crochets. And then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And again, same thing. I'm going to work into the second double crochet, and then work 2 more into the space right beside it. Okay, and that's what it looks like so far. And chain 3. So chain 3. 3. And then moving on into the next one, into that second double crochet, work a double crochet, and then 2 more right beside it. Okay, and now we want to chain 3. And then in this next one, working into that second double crochet, and then right beside that, in the chain space from before, you're working 2 more double crochet. And then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And the next space, into that second double crochet, right beside it, 2 more double crochets. Okay, and now you've got your 8, and you're back here at the end again. So now you want to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and slip stitch into the top of your first double crochet. And that's what it looks like so far. We have 1 more round of the peppermint swirl to go. So still go ahead and bring this white up and let it hang. Okay. And now we're going to be working with our red again. Okay. And because we just did 3 with our white, now we're going to do 3 with our red, and we're going to do the same thing that we did in the other pattern. You're going to slip stitch into that second double crochet, chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet twice beside it in that space, 1 and 2, and then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then you go to the next one, double crochet into the second double crochet, always working in the second, and then right in the space next to it, work 2 more double crochets. And again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you see how that's coming along there. So now we're going to go to our next one, and we're going to work a double crochet again into the second, and then 2 double crochets right beside it. Okay, and chain 3 again. And I'm just going to go a little bit slower so you can see how the red works. It's just like the white, but still. So you're not going into this first one, you're going into the second one. You're doing a double crochet. Then you're doing 2 double crochets in the space right beside that. So you're not working into any double crochet, you're working into the chain space from before. And you're going to do 2 double crochets. And then chain 3. Okay, I just wanted to slow down and make sure that you could see what was going on there. And again, doing the same thing all the way around. And chain 3. And you need 8 of these as well. There's 8 in each one. Okay. So again, going into the second double crochet, working 2 more into the space beside it. Then chain 3. And then we're in our last one here. Okay, then we still need to bring our yarn forward, okay, because we still want to trap it where it's supposed to go. And then chain 3 and slip stitch into the top of our first double crochet of that round. So you slip stitched into the top of that first double crochet, and look at that, you got a pretty little peppermint pattern there for the middle of your granny square. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this pattern is a little unconventional. I'm going to go ahead and cut both of these off and tie them in. So I'm just, or knotting off there, and the second one as well. I just think it looks cleaner and is better this way, so I'm just going to do the same thing there. Okay, then I'm going to bring this white piece here, make sure I have all these on the back. Okay, so all of our little scragglers are on the back so they don't get in our way. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our white for the outside of our granny square. We're going to take our white, and remember, this is what it looks like. So this is our goal here. So we've created the center, and now we're going to work on the outside part. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my white, and you can start wherever you like, but I like to start exactly where I left, where I knotted off at. Okay, we're not going to be working on these whites right here. We're going to be working directly onto the red, and I'm going to start right here, if I can get in it, right underneath where we knotted off on the red part. Okay, I'm going to bring this forward. I'm going to pull in my new color, and then I'm going to single crochet right back into that same spot. Okay, and then I'm going to single crochet all the way around until I have 48. Now this can be a little difficult because as you're going along, before from where we did our peppermint, it can be a little bit confusing to find every little space. One thing I do want you to know, however, is that there's 3 here in this little group, and then there's 3 in the space. And there's a 3. and 3 in the space. So as you go along, it might help to count by 3s. So I've got my first. Okay, so I'm going into my second. Oh, and another thing, I really would like you to work through only your top loop. So I'm going to show you how that works, okay? So there's my first one, okay? Then I'm going here into my second and my third. And I'm only working in that top loop. You see how that's grabbing right there? That's how I want it to be all the way across. Of course, you can do it however you want to, but this is how I did my pattern. Okay, but I counted by 3s to know that I got every single stitch around. Okay, so again, 1, 2, and 3. And that means now we've got 6. So every time I go around, I'm counting in multiples of 3. I'm counting multiples of 3 till I get to 48. So I did 6. So I'm working only in this top loop. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So if you know your 3 multiplication tables, you should be good. So again, up here at the top loop, 13, 14, and 15. And then 16, 17, and 18. And again, we're trying to reach 48. Okay? Now, I'm saying top loop, but that technically could be a back loop to you. However you want to call it. I'm only going through one side. Let me put it that way. I'm not going under both like this. I'm only going through the top, through the back. Okay, just like that. Because I think it just makes it look better as you go around. Okay, and now I've lost count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. So now 19, 20, and 21. (22), 23, and 24. And I'm really trying to work in this top loop. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29, 30, and see, you see right there, I can tell I went lower than I should have. I didn't go in that back loop. If you do that, it's okay. It's no big deal. I'm just being a little anal about it. So 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and then 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. And that should be our last one if we counted correctly. And I'm going to go back because it's really important that we get this count correct. So I'm going to go back and count and make sure that we got it all right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Oh, okay, so we've got 48. So now we're going to make sure that we've got the right one we're working here with, and we're going to go right into this first single crochet, and we're going to slip stitch. Okay, and now we've got our count of 48, and that's what we need to do our granny square. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, now that we've finished our 48, is we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3, and in that same space we're going to work another double crochet, chain 3, 2 and 3, and 2 more double crochet, and all into that same space. Okay. Then we're going to go to our next space, and we're going to do 1 double crochet, and we're going to do that 11 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 11. So we've got 11 double crochets. We've got our corner, and then we've got 11 double crochets. And then in the next space, we're going to work 2 double crochets again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 more double crochets. Okay, and then again we're going to double crochet 11. So we're going to go right into our next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, and then in the next space we're going to do another corner. So we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 more double crochets, all in that same space to make our corner. Okay, now you're going to double crochet, and you see how we're making a square now. Now we're going to double crochet 11 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we got 11, and now we're going to work our corner again. So we're going to go right into the next space, do 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 more double crochets, all into, well, it's getting caught there. into the same space. Okay, and then you should have 11 left if we counted correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2. So sorry, I think I was crooked for a while. So sorry about that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you would just keep working your 11. Okay, my hand is literally going numb. So you would work your 11 all the way down, and then you would slip stitch into this first double crochet, and then you would have your square. Okay, so then it would look like this right here. Okay, so I'm going to give my hand a minute to rest because it is totally numb, guys. Like, it has no feeling in it whatsoever. Like pins and needles happening here. So what I'm going to do is leaving this part open. Because I showed you how to count the 11. So we're just going to leave that, and I'm going to flex my hands for a minute. And I'm going to show you how to do this edging around, okay? So what you would do is you would bring in your other color into a corner, any corner that you want. And then you're going to bring that color in and chain up 3, 2, 3 for a double crochet, and then do another double crochet. Okay, just like that. And then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then do 2 more double crochets. 1 and 2. Just like that. Okay. So then you would go, after working your corner again, then you would go into the next one, but instead of working into the top like you normally would, I want you to work around the post, around the back of the post. Okay, so you're just bringing this through and still working a double crochet. So then you pick it up again and you go behind. Okay, and you just keep going all the way across, working double crochets around the back of your previous double crochets, just like this. And it just gives it a wonderful little look there, like a little twisty look. You see how that looks? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit slower. So you're just working in the back. So you would bring your yarn up like this. Bring your yarn around your hook, go behind the previous double crochet, and then pull up your yarn, go through 2, go through 2. So you're just working in the back loops all the way down. Pretty sure it's 15, but I'm just going to do it, and then I'll count with you to make sure that we got the count right and that we did it correctly. So we're just working right along in the back loop. And this is how you would finish up your granny square. Okay, and don't forget to get this last one here. This one counts too, okay? And let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so you'll need 15 of those double crochets on your post there. And then you're going to go right into your next corner and do just what you did before. 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets. And then you would go to your right into your other side, and then you would work a double crochet right behind your other double crochets, just working right behind that post, just like this, for another 15. And that's what you would do all the way around. You would do 15, then you would do 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets to make your corners. Okay? And then you would go all the way around, and then you would slip stitch into the top of your double crochet. It was buffering, so I'm going to repeat myself. You would go again 15, your corners, which is 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, 15 again, all the way around, and then slip stitch into the top of your double crochet. And that is how you work this beautiful peppermint granny square. Okay, now what I plan on doing with these is, like I said before, I'm going to teach you how to do a stocking with these. So I'm probably going to do this either tomorrow or the next day, probably tomorrow. You're going to need a total, if you want to work the stocking with me, you're going to need a total of 8 of these, okay? Because what it would look like is, let me raise my camera up a little bit here. I've got some already made. This is what it will look like when you make your stocking. Okay, can you see that? It looks huge from here, but it's because we're close up. But let me take my camera out of the thing here, and let me see. So that's how it's going to look when you make your stocking, okay? And then we'll go all the way around it, and then you'll have a back side too. Okay, so you're going to need 8 of these granny squares if you want to make the stocking with me. If you would rather just make a granny square ornament, or if you would rather make an ornament, whatever you want to do, you don't have to make the stocking. But if you do want to, you'll need 8. And then they would just go back to back like this. And then you would sew them all together. But I'm going to show you how to do that either tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure yet. Either way, be looking for a tutorial on how to make a nostalgic type granny square stocking. They really are beautiful, and I'm making these for our family this year, so I'm excited about it. But that's how you do the granny square for the one that I'm going to make. So yay, yay. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry my hands went to sleep and I had to stop on you. Saying I'm sorry that my hands went to sleep and I had to stop a little bit on you guys, but I hope that you understood the pattern. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment or message me and ask me anything you want to. I would be more than willing to help. And please, again, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all y'all's help with that. It really does make a huge difference. And I'll see you again soon. Happy crocheting.